Okay, I love to start with this slide. Reading in graduate school is impossible. I'll just start there. The bottom line that I hear from students in every different department, every different field, is that we have more to do than we have time to do it. We have more to read. There's always something else you can be reading. There's always something else you can be doing. So it feels a little impossible. We also typically don't have any explicit instruction on how to read or take notes in graduate school, although I'm going to be giving you explicit instruction today. And we start asking, how does everyone else do it? How does everybody do it? And then imposter syndrome can start to take hold. And that's where we don't want to get behind. We want to give you strategies to feel successful and to feel like you're meeting your goals. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about today in our workshop. We're going to build a toolbox of reading strategies. We're going to make a strategic plan for reading. We're going to identify some potential obstacles to reading and hopefully make a weekly writing schedule because reading and writing go hand in hand. All right, so we're going to try to turn the impossible into done. That's the goal for today. Does that sound good? All right, we're going to turn the impossible into done. We're going to try to, I put read smarter, not harder, but really in graduate school, it's reading smarter and harder. So you kind of got to do both in graduate school, and we're also going to do it all right now. So let's talk about some reading strategies. Reading smarter and harder. So let's find out, what kind of a reader are you? You don't have to answer this, just think for yourself. Do you read everything in the same way? Do you ever read a section or a page and realize you have no idea what you just read? Do you preview the text before you read it? Do you highlight or underline as you read? Do you make notes or annotate as you read? And do you read texts from beginning to end as opposed to jumping around? Do you periodically stop to check your thinking as you're reading? And do you ask questions of the authors as you're reading? All right, as you can answer those for yourselves, and it might depend on what you're reading and what day it is, right? But what we're really talking about, what I'm trying to get at here is active versus passive reading. Active and passive reading. I'm going to start with passive reading because that's really what we've been trained to do in our lives, is read passively. This is just jumping right into a reading without a plan. You just open up the text and start reading. It's less effortful. We tend to read linearly. So, I mean, start with the first word of the chapter and read all the way through until you get to the end. You tend to read everything in the text at the same pace, which is often slow, which means that our minds start to wander. When we read slowly, it can get a little boring. It can be slow. It's not engaging. And so we tend to mind wander. And that's when we, we'll think we're reading, but we're actually thinking about something else when our eyes are going over the text. So passive reading, we are dependent on the author. We're dependent on the author to motivate us and interest us, to organize the information for us, and to tell us what's important. That's one of the hardest things in graduate school, is to figure out from a reading, what is the important stuff. Compared to undergrad, we don't have bolded terms. We don't have a glossary in the end of the reading. We don't have a lot of times we don't have comprehension questions at the end of a chapter. We don't have that anymore. We have to do it ourselves. And that's where we are actively reading. The active reading. That's what I'm going to encourage you all to engage in through my presentation today, is active reading. Reading with a goal or intention. Yes, it is more effortful. I will acknowledge it is more effortful, but it's more strategic. So you get more by doing less. You read with variable speed within a text. You're mentally engaged and actively thinking while you're reading. So you create your own experience of the text by asking questions, summarizing as you're reading, taking notes, and connecting and synthesizing information. So you are in charge. This is where I really want to empower you today. You are in charge of your reading. Do not depend on the author. This is your experience of reading. So you read whatever order you want. You determine what is the most important things. You determine why you want to know it, what's motivating you. This is your experience. So take charge here. Okay, so how are we going to read actively? What are the strategies for reading actively? The thing I'm going to say over and over again today is setting a goal. What are you reading for? Sometimes when I ask this, students will say, well, because my professor assigned it. They said, read chapter 2, I'm reading chapter 2, right? That is why I'm reading it. I want you to go a little deeper than that. Why does the professor want you to read this? But a better question is, what do you want to get out of this reading? What do you want to get out of this reading? Always have a goal before you start reading something academically. Academic reading is a little different. You're not just passively reading. You have to have a goal. You need to know what you're reading it for. And that can just be for today. I also want to make it clear this is just reading for today. You can always go back and read something again later with a different goal. But what is today's goal? What are you reading it for? What do you want to get out of it? Once you have that goal, then as you're reading your whatever the thing is, as you're reading it, you can check in with yourself. Are you understanding it? Are you staying motivated? And have you met your goal? This term satisficing is one of my favorites. It's a portmanteau of satisfy and suffice. So basically, you want to satisfy your goal, but just to the point of being sufficient and not more. Okay. You have your goal for reading. I want to understand this, the method that they use in this study. I want to understand the method. How did they do this? Okay, that's your goal. Now, as you're reading, check in with yourself. Do you understand the method? Did you read it? Are you kind of getting it? At least like 50% understand? Okay, that's satisficing. The key thing is once you meet your goal, stop reading. I know that's a weird thing to say. Just stop reading. But the professor assigned chapter 2. I need to read every word of chapter 2. You don't. You need to read enough to meet your goal. And then the key thing is to stop reading. And it's hard. It's really hard. But that is, keep that in mind, the satisficing. Read enough to meet your goal and then stop. So we're going to practice using some active reading strategies so that you can meet your goal a little bit more efficiently. And I should have said, as if you have any questions as we go on, please type them in the chat. You can also unmute and ask me too. Feel free to interrupt, not a problem. Yes, McKenna, sometimes a bare minimum is enough. Absolutely. And I'm going to be honest, y'all are in grad school, your bare minimum is really good. It's pretty high level. So your bare minimum is usually enough and maybe even more than enough. So be aware of what your goals are and then stop after that. Okay, so let's talk about some active reading. We're going to talk about skimming and scanning. A lot of times I talk with students and they say like, people just tell me to skim this paper and that'll make it go faster, but I don't really know how to do it. And so a lot of times we haven't really received explicit instruction on how to skim. Well, I am going to tell you right now how to do it. Skimming. It depends on how the reading is structured, but generally what you're trying to do is let your eyes move over the text quickly in order to get a high level overview or understanding of what the paper's about, what the chapter's about. That's it. You want to get maybe 30 to 50% understanding from skimming. That's a pretty good amount, but you need to do it quickly. So here's how you do it. Here's one thing that I do. I tend to read on my iPad, and so I'll literally zoom out so that I can't read the text. All I can read are the headings. and it forces me to go quickly and just read the headings. So you'll want to read titles, headings, abstracts. If there is a picture in the thing that you're reading, maybe it's a graph, maybe it's a chart, maybe it's a diagram, an image of something, and there's a caption, look at that. That's usually a summary of what they're talking about. So focus on pictures and focus on headings. Okay, maybe some of the things you're reading, you're like, the headings are not giving me that much, or they just don't have headings. Sometimes people write in a way that the headings are not useful or they're not there at all. Okay, start with intro and conclusion. I almost always go all the way to the end and start with the conclusion first. There's going to be a conclusion somewhere. So start with the end, see what their argument they're trying to make. That's your conclusion. And now go back and fill in the blanks. Look for signposts. I know this is kind of small on my slide here, but again, I'll send this to you. Signposts are these words that kind of give you a clue as to what the content is that you're about, what the sentence is about. So you're scanning, one of my favorites is, in conclusion. Yes, that's what I want. Thank you for telling me that is your conclusion. So in brief, in other words, I love it when people use those headings because I just skim looking for those and I say, oh, that's what I need to know. Anytime you see like a list, first, second, third, fourth, any bullet points, those tend to be important. You can look for different like the causal questions. So it looks for things like this explains, this is why or how, this accounts for. So depending on what you're trying to know, look for the signposts, those words that are going to clue you into the kind of information that the author is telling you. So you can just skim looking for those. Sometimes it's pretty hard to figure out what you're trying to know. Read the first sentence of each paragraph. Just the first sentence of each paragraph, and that's it. Maybe alternatively, depending on the author, the last sentence of each paragraph. But try to go fast. The goal with skimming is speed. You're trying to go quickly. You're not trying to get all of the information. Sometimes you're trying to get more questions than answers. You're skimming with the goal of, what am I going to learn in this reading? What is this reading going to tell me? So you're trying to develop a skeleton of the paper, trying to develop the main points. So this is a good strategy for determining if a reading is relevant to what you're trying to, if you're writing a paper, if you're making an argument, if you're doing research, determining if it's relevant, do a quick skim and see what the heck is it about. This is a great strategy for just getting main points. All I want to know is main points. I'm not trying to get the details right now. I just need main points. And let's be real, sometimes you have a lack of energy or time and you just need to get 30 to 50% understanding of a reading. Just skim. It's fast and efficient. And sometimes that's all you need for right now, knowing that maybe after class, you can go back and read more thoroughly when you have more time or energy. I want to highlight, it is not cheating to skim over non-essential material in search of the essential. Not cheating. You don't have to read every word to meet your goal. Sometimes reading every word can actually be detrimental to your understanding, where you get stuck in a certain sentence that you're like, I don't know what they're saying here. I don't get it. Is it necessary to understand their main point? That's what you have to ask yourself. Okay, so skimming. Always do a skim before you start any reading. And this should be, type into the chat, how long do you think you should, for one reading, how long? That's maybe 20 to 30 pages long. How long do you think you should spend skimming? Tell me in the chat. Yeah, good range here. I think, yeah, generally 5 to 10 minutes would be enough. Again, you want to challenge yourself to go fast. If you're finding like you get to 10 minutes and you're like, I still don't know what this paper is about, then it's a pretty dense paper and you need to do a little bit more digging. But generally, in 5 to 10 minutes, you want to skim just enough to figure out what is the paper about, what is the reading about, and develop a basic understanding. Yeah, challenge yourself to go fast here. 5 to 10 minutes. Usually you can do this even if you're tired, right? Okay. The next type of reading strategy is scanning. Scanning is like the control F, the search function of your brain. Scanning is where you're letting your eyes roam over a paper, a reading, and you're looking for specific information. So what you're doing is it's a good strategy for finding answers to questions. Like, what was the population they focused on in this study? Um, how do they define different terms? Or how do they explain this theory? I'm just scanning until I find that section, then close read or, spend a little more time reading each word of that section so you really get the understanding. And then that's it. That's all you need to do. So you're searching for specific information. This is great for learning specific methods or analyses, again, determining if a paper is relevant, and also rereading while you're writing. Most of the time when we're rereading as we're writing, because that will happen, um, when we're writing, we're going to want to reference different works, different readings that we've done, but well, we want to remind ourselves of what it is. How did they explain that again? Okay, let me just do a quick scan. All right, this is the section, reread it real quick, and now I can write. That happens a lot. That is expected to happen. That's why you don't need to read and memorize every single thing on your first reading of a paper. You do not need to memorize things. And you're going to say, yeah, but like in class, my professor and other graduate students can just rattle off. They say, oh, as in Pintridge and Zhu show 2007, they talked about self-regulated learning and their whole theory about it. Yeah, I can quote that because I've read that paper over and over and over again. Over and over and over. If it's important to you, you're going to read it over and over. In grad school, academic reading is all about reading for understanding, not reading for memorization. You can always reference it later. You can always reread it. So you're reading for understanding, not for memorization. So scanning is a great tool for that. Now, close or deep reading. This is kind of what we think of as like, okay, now we're actually reading. We're reading every word. We're really trying to understand the detail. Yes, you are going to need to do this. And yes, it's hard. And yes, it takes a long time. I acknowledge that. That's why you're reading harder and smarter and harder. You are going to need to do some closer deep reading, but you can't read everything in this way. You can't and you shouldn't. You don't need to. So use skimming and scanning and your goals, figure out what you need to know. Now you can target your efforts to only do the closer deep reading when it's really important, to meet your goals. So this is when you read for detail. Adjust your speed. Remember, you're going to have more deliberate attention. You're going to go slower in the areas with more signposts. So when they're listing different steps of a process, when they're defining a term, when they are making a conclusion, slow down, read every word of that, pause. Do I understand it? Okay, now how does that relate to things I've already read? So this is where you're constructing meaning as you read. This is more effortful, yes. It is slower, yes, but this is only for the important stuff. So maybe you're analyzing it as you read. Maybe you're synthesizing information with all of the readings for that week. Maybe you're comparing it with something else, you're critiquing the reading. There's different, it depends on your goal. Why are you reading this paper? But the goal here with closer deep reading is you are interacting. You are interacting with that content to understand it and to create meaning. So there's some different methods for closer deep reading. They all kind of boil down to set a goal, read until you meet the goal, and then make sure you understand it. That's pretty much it. But if you like some acronyms that could help you, KWL is nice. It's a very basic one, reading strategy, I guess, where you start with what we know already about this topic. So before you start reading, you're going to do a quick skim and see, what is this about? Okay, and just pause. What do you already know about this topic? Okay, here's my baseline. There's just activating that content in your mind. What do I already know? Then next, what do we want to know? This is where, again, do your quick skim, maybe read the conclusion and see they're making this argument. They're making this claim. What do I want to know? What do I want to read in this paper? And then at the end, then you go in and read, looking specifically for answers to your questions. And then what we learned at the end. Here's what I figured out. So that's one way to structure your mind or notes as you're reading. So that one's super basic. You can go a little bit deeper. The SQ3R tends to be it's created more for younger students like undergraduates, but I think it still works for graduate students just slightly differently. So first, the S is survey. This is like our skim. You're gonna skim the text, pay attention to the layout, the chapters, the sections, graphs, pictures, highlighted words, any of that stuff, right? Signposts. The Q is question. This is where you set your goal. What do you want to know? What do you already know? What do you want to know? What's your goal for this reading? Figure out your goal first. Then the read, recite, and review. That's the 3R. Yes, exactly, Akeisha. It may surprise all of you. There are no specific reading strategies for graduate students. There just aren't. There's loads because I think people just assume, oh, you know how to read. You're in graduate school. You'll figure it out. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's hard. It's really hard to figure out. So you can adapt these these were designed for students K-12 and undergraduate students, but you can adapt it for graduate school. So survey, question, and then read. This is where you only read do the close reading, the detail reading for the important things to answer your questions. And then the recite and review is this is where it gets a little bit different from the SQ3R method. You don't need to memorize things in graduate school, right? So the reciting is more of a summary. Here is what I think I learned. You could also include your questions for the author or your questions for your professor in that recitation, where you say, here's what I think this is about, but here's my questions that I have about it. Here's maybe my critique, my analysis of this reading. So I think in younger years, you're just regurgitating what the author's saying. Here, you're including your own thoughts, your own critique, analysis, summary in that summary. And then the review, you could do this. It depends on when you're reading, but you probably want to do a quick review before class if you're reading for class so that you're able to, or before like a meeting with an advisor, if you want to be able to have it fresh in your mind. This method is great if you're reading empirical articles where there's a study being done. This is a newer, so this one is actually, I shouldn't have said there's no reading strategies. This is the one. This is it. This is the only one I've found. And it was made in 2020, so it's not very old. QPC method, questioning, predicting, comparing. This is great for empirical articles. It is very effortful, so only use this when you need to. But what you're doing is you're trying to predict what the author is going to say. So first you want to figure out what the question is that the authors are trying to address, why it's important. Usually you'll get that in the introduction somewhere. Then you stop. Get their research questions, get their, what are they trying to address? Now stop, pause, and ask yourself, if this was my project, how would I do the experiment? How would I do this study? What do I want to see? What sample are they using? What uh, methods are they using? What conclusions are they drawing? What analysis are they doing? This is where you ask yourself that first, and then you go in and read the paper to see if it matches your predictions. So you want to see what kind of data you need to support the conclusions of the paper. And then how would this conclusion fit into my previous understanding of this subject? So again, you should already have an understanding of the subject. This is for a little bit more of an advanced method of reading, but it's great for critiquing empirical articles. It's really good, but very effortful. So use sparingly. So those are some reading strategies for you, but now you need to decide. You need to prioritize. You cannot do close or deep reading for every single thing that you need to read. You can't. And there's too much. There's too much to read. So you need to decide what's worth it for today, right? For today. Always knowing you can go back and read it again later. For today, what do you need to know? So how do you decide what's worth it? First, always take a quick skim. I'm always going to say that. Skim it first. Does the topic or method fascinate you? Do you actually want to read it? Is it closely relevant to your research? Do you feel like, oh, this is really important to know? Does it provide a missing piece to your argument that you're writing? Is the article super dense or is it easy to read? That matters as to how much time and energy you're going to spend on it. And then check in with yourself. Why are you reading it? What is your goal? So important. I'm always going to keep saying that. What is your goal for reading? And then how much time and energy do you have? Let's be realistic here. There's only 24 hours in the day. You have a lot to read and a lot to do, and you got to decide what is worth the effort. Most readings, and this is what the professors won't tell you, most readings you can get by on a skim. A skim and a scan is usually all you need. But it depends on your goal. So usually before class, I would do a skim and a scan, maybe kind of a longer skim, do a close reading of certain sections of a reading for class. And then during class, usually discuss the readings. After class, then you can say, oh boy, I totally missed that part, or I had a very different interpretation of that section. Let me go back and read it again. So different from other kinds of reading, you are expected to read these readings more than once. Right? Thank you, McKenna. Yes, it is. It feels like mostly you're skimming, but that is what your professors are doing too. And the more advanced you get in your field, the more you can skim and get a lot out of it. I don't need to read because my field is self-regulated learning. I don't need to read that definition over and over again because I know what it is. So once you have that knowledge, the higher level you get, the more you can skim and get more out of it. If you are a novice, if this is your first year in graduate school or you just switched topics, this is a new topic for you, you're probably going to need to do some more close reading. So prepare yourself for that. But also prepare yourself to read multiple times. Just want to get the main points this time and then go back and do some detail. So that is, if you shift your expectation that you're going to read it more than once, it becomes easier to stop when you're like, well, I read for the method and now I'm done. Knowing I will probably go back later. Yeah, so I mean, basically it's for the same thing as for a whole book. It's just harder to do that skim. So you probably need to separate it up into different sections. Margot asked about reading a whole book each week and tips for reading a whole book. It can be difficult. This is where I say like super dense or easy to read. Usually newer things that are written more recently tend to have better headings and better organization, but um, not always. And probably in history, you might be reading some older texts that are not organized in a way that we would expect. So that's where it becomes really challenging. I would definitely ask if it is like reading a book for a class, ask your professor. If you are thinking like, well, I'm reading it because my professor assigned it, and I really don't know what I'm supposed to be getting out of this. Ask your professor, why did they assign this? What do they want you to get out of this reading? That is a perfectly valid question. They assigned it for a reason. What do they want you to get out of it? So ask your professor for help in setting that goal. And then once you have that goal, then you can do, it is harder to do a scan of a whole book. I recognize that. Use your table of contents if there is one. Use reading the last page. I'll be honest, first and last page. So it's going to be the same kind of thing. You just have to do it pages instead of paragraphs. And then separating it up. So do your quick skim on Sunday, let's say, and then you can separate it up into different days of the week so you're not reading it all at once. But that is, it's basically the same thing, just in a grander, the grander scheme. Yeah, sure. Okay, so, but that is where you might skip entire chapters where you're just reading the heading, looking at whatever pictures are in that chapter, and reading the conclusion. And then you don't need to read the rest. Depends on your goal, right? Figure out your goal first. Okay, so today is Tuesday. Take a look at your readings for this week. We give you a couple minutes here to really think through, what do you need to read? And you can even just look at one class, or take a look if you've already done your kind of weekly plan for what you need to read. What are your goals or intentions for each of your reading? You might be able to determine now, you might not, but figuring out what level of reading is appropriate. Does it just need a skim, or do you really need to close read this? My big question to you, when are you going to read? When? Literally. Is it right after this workshop is over, you're going to start reading for an hour? Do you have time in the mornings? Do you like to read in bed at night? Do you go to the library? Really thinking through your reading plan. If it is important to you, put it on your calendar. Now, a lot of people will say, yeah, well, I put an hour for reading in the morning, but I didn't get very far. This is where you got to change your strategy, right? Say, okay, in the morning, I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes and challenge myself to skim, to challenge yourself to go fast. Don't allow yourself to close read anything during a skim. You've got to go fast. Develop your goal, and then you can figure out, okay, what sections do I need to close read? And then you have a better estimate of time after you do that skim. Okay. What obstacles might get in the way of actively reading? Tell me in the chat. What prevents you from actively reading? Boredom, absolutely. Overwhelm, endless grading, yes. Those are probably the top three, I would say. Yeah, so exhaustion, yes. No motivation, absolutely. Yeah, get stuck on what I should take notes about. You're sleeping less, so you're just tired. Yes, you have competing priorities. There's some people there that need you. It feels like too much time to commit. Yes. These are all very real concerns, totally. And ADHD, 100%. It is, reading in graduate school is, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's impossible. We can't read everything all the time. So it is, you are challenging your brain to do something it doesn't want to do. especially if you have ADHD. You're really challenging your brain to focus for long periods of time on something that you need to create the interest and motivation. It is not going to try to, your readings are not like, hey, come here, read me. I'm so interesting. No, they're not doing that. You have to do it all yourself, and it's really hard. So, what do we do? Okay. Okay, here, let's talk about this. If you have trouble getting started, you feel like it's too much time to commit, you have grading to do, you've got other assignments, you've got other work, like things are pulling at you, right? I've got like right before this workshop, I was out Thursday, Friday, and Monday, and I've got like this massive amount of emails to get through. And so I'm just like, oh, I need to I need to get on that. It's weighing on me, right? I also have grading to do. There are things that are pulling at your attention. So, key here is to make a commitment to a short amount of time. Remember, your skim for one reading, 5 to 10 minutes. So maybe you have 3 readings for that week, 30 minutes. Can you commit 30 minutes? Now, time of day is up to you. Some people like to do first thing in the morning before I open up my email and everything. Some people do, like I personally like to do it at night when I'm kind of like winding down. Maybe you just do it when you have the time. That is, I know grad students' lives aren't, our schedules are not necessarily our own. So you find the time that works for you, put it on your calendar so you make a commitment to it, but start small. I'm a big fan of the Forest app, so using timers. I'm a big fan of using timers. Have you heard of the Pomodoro method? Yeah, Pomodoro method is pretty popular for a reason. It works. This is where you set a timer for 25 minutes to do one task. You just work on that task until the timer rings, and then you get a 5-minute break. So you do 25 minutes of work, 5-minute break, and you kind of keep doing that for a while. That's a classic Pomodoro. But a lot of students, especially grad students, will say that timing does not work for me. The 25 minutes is not. That's fine. Do whatever you want. So if you're feeling bored, scared, tired, exhausted, frustrated, angry, worried, any negative emotion about doing this reading, start small. Super tiny. Could you read for 5 minutes? Could you read for 10 minutes? No, you're not going to get that far. That's okay. That's all right. You'd get further than 0, right? Set your timer. Now, this is really the important point is that you actually set a timer. Don't just look at the clock because that's distracting. You need a timer. Like I said, I personally use the Forest app. I can do it. Oops, it had something. This is what it looks like. No, this is what it looks like. So I have it set for 25 minutes, but I usually go down to 10. So I'll start with 10 minutes. You pick your plant, and then you hit plant, and your tree is going to start to grow as your timer goes down. If you go to any other app on your phone while your tree is growing, your tree will die. That's it. You just are trying to grow trees. So I often tell people, I'm not writing my dissertation because I want to. I'm writing it because I really like my trees. I want to grow a new tree. It's whatever. It's fine. The key here is time, a short amount of time so that you, I know, right? A short amount of time so that you feel it's not overwhelming. Make it okay. Yes, one time, I should mention that. It does cost, the Forest app costs $4, which is a one-time cost. So you don't have to buy anything in the app. But there are plenty of other apps like that. There's one called Flora that's pretty good and similar. There's Study Bunny, which is good. You can buy clothes for a little bunny, which is fun. So different apps like that. The key here is setting a timer for a small amount of time if you're feeling overwhelmed. If you're feeling like the 25 minutes, you've tried the Pomodoro, the 25 minutes is too short. I get interrupted when I just get in the flow. Set it for longer. So usually what I'll do is I'll start small, start with the 10 minutes, like, I don't know, I can't focus right now. I got to read. I got all this grading to do, whatever. Okay, I'll just read for 10 minutes. Set the timer. At the end of 10 minutes, you decide, could I keep reading or do I need to do something else? But now you have a choice. You're in control. If usually we can keep going. It usually takes about 10 minutes to get into the content. Once we're into the content, we're usually able to keep going. Yes, yeah, thank you, Ara. The online accountability, body doubling, co-working platform, exactly. It is, those kind of platforms are really helpful. I do that with Forest too. I just text my friends and say, hey, let's all go to the forest together. Can be really helpful to have that reading or writing groups. That's my next suggestion here, is having that accountability so that you have Tuesdays at 1, we are starting reading. Maybe you're all reading different things. That's fine. Maybe you're all in different places and just meeting on Zoom. Maybe you're just texting each other and saying, hey, we're all starting reading at 1. It's that feeling of being together, of having that accountability, that really matters. So if you're having trouble getting started, use timers, use other people. Once you're already reading, if you're finding your mind is wandering, which especially with ADHD is a very real possibility. If you're tired, if you're bored, mind wandering is a real problem. So use those active reading strategies. First of all, have your goal in mind, even write down your goal so that you don't forget it as you're reading. Take notes as you're reading, ask questions. I read by myself. I'm in a room by myself, so I'm not bothering other people, but I will talk to the author. It can be helpful to Google the author before you start reading, so you have an image of who that person is. Are they still alive? What do they look like? Where are they from? What time period did they write this in? Get a context. And now you are having a conversation. You're not just reading, you're having a conversation with the author. It feels more real. So I do a lot of like voice to text. When I'm taking notes, I'll just kind of say my thoughts out loud as if I'm conversing with the author. It helps me to keep my mind engaged. Take physical breaks. When you are taking breaks, when you're doing a Pomodoro or something like that, make them physical. So do some jumping jacks. You don't have to like exercise. You could just go for a walk. You could do the dishes. You could pet your dog, whatever, but make it physical. And then if you're finding your just head is swimming because you just have so much to do and you can't focus on reading, try a distraction pad. This is very simply just a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. Don't use your phone for this. Use paper, but it can be any paper. You just put your paper down, open up your reading, set your timer, start reading. If you notice that you're thinking like, oh, I got to call the dentist, whatever, there's something, thoughts pop into your head that are unrelated to the reading. Write it down, 4 words or less. Quick note to yourself, what was my thought about? Write it down, set it down, refocus. That's the mantra. Write it down, set it down, refocus. What you're doing is you're acknowledging your brain is searching for novelty. Our brains love novelty. We are really making it work by trying to read these papers. So your brain is, as you're starting to read, your brain is like, what else can I think about? Can I think about anything else? And so you're trying to just say, thank you, brain. I will call the dentist, but not right now. I'm reading. Thank you, brain. Not right now. So acknowledge it, write it down, and then refocus. Usually after about 10 minutes or 15 minutes of writing a bunch of stuff down and dumping out your brain, you're able to focus. So distraction pad can be very helpful. Sometimes you might find yourself switching reading strategies mid-read. You start out with a skim, and then all of a sudden you're reading every word, and you're spending a really long time. I know, but that'll get you. There's only 24 hours in the day, you guys. Remember satisficing. Write down your goal and stick to it. So that if your goal today is just to skim, challenge yourself to just skim. You might find it interesting. You might want to learn more. You might have questions. I don't know what that means. That's okay. I'm just skimming right now. I will come back to it later. Maybe you're constantly on the hunt for the next big read. If you're the type of person like me who reads online and they have all the references are linked in the paper you're reading. So you read the paper and they say, oh, just like this study link. So you open that link and you start reading that paper. And then you open that link and start reading that paper, and then open that one and that one. And all of a sudden you are like 20 tabs open and far away from the paper you started reading. Dangerous. Dangerous for getting anything done. That can be an okay method if you are just trying to get a survey of a topic. I'm not trying to read one article. I'm just trying to like figure out what the heck this topic is about. Then go ahead, go nuts. But if you are trying to read something for class, do not do this. It is not helpful. Yes, I know the 23 tabs open. I feel you. I will like I said, sometimes I'll let myself do this if I'm just like, okay, I just want to figure out what's going on. Just open tabs to your heart's content, knowing you're not going to fully read any of them. You're just scanning them, right? You're doing quick scans. So it's an okay method, but set a timer. Don't let yourself go nuts on this. If you're trying to read one thing, especially for class, just write down the reference, put it on your distraction pad. Here's the reference. I want to read it later, but not right now, brain. Nope, I'm sticking with this one thing. So as I said in here, add it to your citation manager. I talked about this a little bit in the note-taking workshop that we had a couple weeks ago, but if you don't already have one, I would recommend that you get a citation manager. You can type into the chat if you already use one of these. What do you use to manage all of your readings? Would not work as well. Well, it might work for books if they're in PDF format. I have some books in this, but usually more for articles and chapters and things like that. That will be, EndNote is good for taking notes, but I don't know that it is a reference manager. What this will do is it will actually organize, it'll help you keep all of your readings organized, and it will help you to put the citation into a paper as you're writing it. It's very, very helpful. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Zotero for storage, OneNote for note taking. Zotero is probably the most popular one on campus. I would recommend, you're all in different fields. Ask the other people in your program what they use and just use that. It's so much easier to just use the same thing as other people in your field, because then you can share references a lot easier. So just whatever, that is definitely a preference, not a rule. They're all basically the same. I use Zotero personally. I also have used Mendeley in the past. They're pretty similar, but Zotero shares papers a little bit better. The libraries, Ohio State Libraries, has some guides on how to use these. If you are new to it, I'm not going to talk about it today, but definitely go to the library to get support for citation managers. Okay. Last thing I want to talk about is writing, because writing is a part of reading. So when you're writing, especially writing for research, or you're reading for research, you're reading for writing a paper in a class, when do you stop reading and start writing? That is a question I get all the time. When do you stop reading and start writing? The answer is now. Always. It's now. And you're going to say, yeah, but I don't know enough yet. It doesn't matter. Right now. You might have fear of missing out. I haven't read everything about this yet. Maybe there's something out there that's like perfect. It doesn't matter. There probably is. Doesn't matter. Write it right now. But it's going to sound terrible. Yes, it is. It's okay. Do it right now. It is so hard, but it is really important. Usually, my guideline is, if you're reading for research, especially, and there's no like set amount of things you need to read, 5 papers. You read 5 papers, you stop and take some notes. You just do a brain dump, start writing things, start writing your ideas, write something. If you can write after each reading, that's even better. But don't go more than 5 readings without writing something. Oh, I lost my chat somewhere. Yes, writing like vomiting, no hesitation. That's right. Just get it done. You all know it's easier to edit something than it is to produce something, right? Always. So just get it out of your brain in the moment, and it helps a lot with writing later. So with writing, make writing easier by doing it more often is basically it's not easy. I still don't like writing. I'm writing my dissertation. I don't like writing, but it makes it easier when you do it more often. If you write every day, that's hard, but that's what most people recommend. Write every day. It reduces the anxiety of starting. It's just what you do. It's just normal when you do it every day. There's no big event. It's not like, oh, I have to start this paper. No, I'm just writing. I write every day. And it reduces the anxiety of having to do it all at once. You don't have to do the whole paper at once. You write a little bit every day. Start small, 15 to 30 minutes of writing. It sounds like nothing, but you would be amazed at how much you can get done in 30 minutes. So set your timer. You can jumpstart writing by reading first, but remember to stop reading and start writing at a certain point, 3 to 5 papers, and then start writing. Definitely easier if you work together. I like having accountability buddies. I have several, how many do I have? 5, 6 different writing groups each week with different people that I meet with on Zoom. And we just all get together to write, and we're all doing different things, but it really helps to have something on your calendar, to have a group that you can write with. You can set weekly reading or writing goals. There are also writing retreats through OSU's Writing Center. So you can do that as well, where you can take a couple days and that's all you do is read and write. So make sure to look up OSU's Writing Center. They have some groups that might be useful to you, and also for writing support. The National Center for Faculty Development and Diversity, something like that. It's faculty diversity. Oops, let me type it in the chat. facultydiversity.org. You all have access to this as an Ohio State student. You just have to create an account. They're great. They have a Monday Motivator email. It is geared more towards faculty, but it's totally appropriate for graduate students too. They have a writing boot camp. I think it's starting pretty soon, actually, where you commit to writing at least 30 minutes every day for 2 weeks. And it's to get you into that everyday writing habit. So there's some resources for you. So I'll leave you with today how to incorporate reading and writing into your weekly schedule. Identify a 30 to 90-minute block that you can dedicate to reading and writing, whatever you need to do. And then post your time. If you have enough time right now, post your time in the chat. But make sure that you put it on your calendar. If it's important to you, put it on your calendar. Make it real. And then identify a mini goal for each of those blocks, each of those 30 to 90-minute blocks. What's your goal for that session? You might not get a whole reading done. You might not get a whole paper done, but you can do a little bit. And then protect that time on your calendar. Don't schedule things across it or over it and say, oh, it's just my reading time. No. What they say for faculty is treat it like a meeting with the dean. You would not just be like, oh, I'll be like 10 minutes late to the meeting with the dean. No, you got to do it right on time. And that's how you need to treat your own work, is protecting it. Yes, or you've got the large blocks on your days off and have accountability buddies for those days. That's great. Exactly. Okay, so I'm just about the end of my time for today. So what we did today was we built a toolbox of reading strategies. Hopefully you made a strategic plan for reading. You identified potential obstacles to reading and made a weekly writing schedule too. So remember that you can do it and the DLC can help. So I'm from the Dennis Learning Center, as I said. Thank you, Amelia. If you have any questions about us, what we do is we help with smarter study strategies, time management, reducing procrastination, maintaining motivation, organization, note-taking, test-taking, all kinds of stuff. We offer services, including courses, coaching, workshops, and online resources. Our resources for graduate students are a bit in flux right now, so I'm not going to give you too much information, but definitely check out our website. I'm going to go through this quickly. Oops. Oops. I lost my thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. Dennis Learning Center. Oops, let me type it in the chat. Dennis Learning Center.osu.edu. That's for all of our information. And if you have any questions, you can email me at dlc@osu.edu. Thank you all for your time and attention, and I wish you best of luck in grad school.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much for the lecture. And thank you all for attending. I will include in the chat a link for the Grad Prof OUAD calendar. You are all welcome to join future events. I'll also be sending the recording to your emails in about less than an hour. Feel free to contact me if you need anything else. And thank you, Jackie, again. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I missed the first part. I'm sorry. I have a crazy day today, but